Can you beat Slay the Spire with only AoE? Greetings, gentlemen and ladies. Welcome back. Today, the Ironclad retains the spotlight in one of the hardest challenges I have ever attempted. The rules are simple. We are only allowed to deal damage with cards that AoE. The card must state all enemies. So no Wrath Ragnarok builds today. We will be allowing strikes until AoE is found, but once we get even one option, they're out of here. Both off and on stream, we have over 137 attempts. It's been brutal, but marking our second ever Ascension 20 challenge, this one had to be daring. With 15 relentless, charming, and incomprehensible challenges behind us, we're going to have to give this one absolutely everything we've got. So, sit back, get yourself comfortable, for it's time. Time to climb. Climb time! Before we embark on this crazy Ironclad adventure, I'm doing another Slay the Spire 2 giveaway. Details at the end of the video. Let's do this, guys. Today, we are offered 4 choices. Transform a card. Enemies in the next 3 combats have 1 HP. Transform 2 cards, or switch our relic with a random boss one. I check the map and find that we are blessed with a lot of question mark encounters, including this possible free elite. Wait a second, there's a potential path to the boss here too. I need a good reference for this one. Olympus, I accept this challenge. Taking our first charge of Niao's Lament was a single cultist. He leaves us 11 gold and no AoE card to add as of yet. Our first question mark encounter has us ambushed by the resident Jawworm, and because it was an enemy encounter, we lose another stack of our Lament. At the very least, he leaves us a bronze potion, and for the cards, I choose to pick up the Seeing Red. The first true question mark event was the World of Goop, giving us 75 gold in exchange for 11 health, and just before our first merchant too, would you look at that? His shop held some fantastic offerings. Whirlwind, Combust, Purity, and even a potential line with Dual Wield was here. Whirlwind obviously gets picked up, then between the card removal and Combust, I choose the additional damage. Moving forward, we stumble into the Living Wall, allowing us to start removing the dead cards in our deck. I then enter the Act's first rest site, where I prioritize upgrading our Whirlwinds for extra damage. Our next question mark encounter keeps the hope of our Lament alive, returning us back to the merchant. I didn't think we would be able to afford anything with 73 gold, but an on-sale True Grit? I was not complaining, especially because we could upgrade it straight away. The guaranteed relic chest was up next. We get a legendary chest, holding not only 82 gold, but also a solid relic, Pantograph. This heals us 25 health whenever we enter a boss fight. A great relic to see so early in the run. Another rest site next means another upgrade, this time for our Combust. We were speeding through this act, with only 2 more question marks standing between us and pulling off this miracle. And though I had only seen this relic but a handful of times so far in this challenge, he really did seem to always be here when we needed him most. It was none other than Lee's Waffle. He was here to stack the odds ever in our favor. The percent of ambush might be high, but that means little to Lee. Let's go. Knocking on the doors of the first question mark event shows the Adventurer event. I always let you guys vote on this one, and with over 100 of you here, you voted to leave. Not even a single check. We make a quick stop by one more merchant, paying 75 gold to remove a strike, then it would be this room, this encounter, that would decide whether or not we get to experience something that I never had. With Lee's blessing firm in hand, we went beyond and got the Wing Statue event, which means Niao's Lament will be fully active for the boss of Act 1. Let's go! We gratefully take another card removal, upgrade our defend at the final rest site for defense. Then, with everyone here to cheer this moment on, it was time. Time for slime. Slime time! And there it is. Niao's Lament expends the last of its charges, bringing the slime boss down from 150 health to 1. I hadn't much left to experience in this game for the first time, making this moment all the more special. 1 Whirlwind is all we need to play to take him down, and he didn't even have the ability to split. Wow, what a moment. Though it was only the first part of this challenge, the true battle was yet to begin. We pick up the 78 gold, a swift potion, and for the cards, you can't write this. Immolate? So mote it be. Next are the relics, Sacred Bark, Black Star, and Sozu. This was tough. Though both Sacred and Black Star were valid, Sacred more so, one of the lessons I had learnt so far was how important energy was in this challenge. So, with that in mind, I choose the Sozu before we move into Act 2, the city. My goal when setting the map here was safety with elite options, if we feel strong enough. I found a solid path with both, before we get greeted by the Spheric Guardian. Combust shows up in our opening hand to get our AoE rolling, which I play while exhausting the rest. Turn 2, we are mostly able to defend the incoming attack, dealing 16 damage ourselves, but it was the following turns where our frailty took issue. 13 damage here, 7 here, and throughout these turns we were also losing health from the ticks of Combust. Thankfully, only 1 more damage was needed, but losing 27 health from our first real fight was not a good start. The rewards though, 14 gold and a solid card offering. Shockwave. This gives us the ability to apply both vulnerable and weak to enemies, a great addition to our deck. The following question mark event was the Cursed Tome. There is an insane pickup here. If we get Necronomicon, that would mean double Whirlwinds at 4 energy apiece, not to mention double Immolates. I read, losing 1 health, 2, 3, come on, not quite my tempo, but this book could yet become a valuable ally to us. From one cursed book to a dusty collection of them next, in the library. We are looking for cards that would scale our strength or our card draw. But out of all the cards available, not a single strength card. I go back and forth on a few ideas. Fire Breathing, True Grit, another Combust. Ultimately, I decide on the Shrug It Off for both card draw and defense. We then get stopped by the designer for an expensive card removal and a useless upgrade, before we get greeted by a flock of birds. On Ascension 20, these guys require 4 hits to be grounded, and thanks to our Sozu, this Whirlwind in our opening hand means we get to watch a thing of beauty. The end of our turn signifies a random card offering from the Codex, and though a temporary Impervious wouldn't be needed, I still add it to our deck, finishing the fight with our Immolate. We get 20 gold, and for the cards, Zenitsu's Thunderclap was yet another vulnerable application that we could add to our armory. With only 39 health, I stave off my elite confidence, instead healing us up to 61 health as we press on with more combats. Triple cultists, both Thunderclap and Whirlwind in our opening hand, absolutely melts the trio, with our Immolate once again finishing the encounter. Reward-wise, we get the 12 gold, our Bamboo Stick takes the potion, and for the cards, I ponder adding another Shrug, but decide against it for now. We then move into another rest site, choosing to upgrade our Shockwave's debuff application. A fine blessing of a surprise chest greeted us next. It held the meal ticket, a relic that's healing has saved me on more runs than I'd care to admit. Right, it was now time for the first elite of the challenge, the Gremlin Leader. Yet another fight catered to our AoE. Not the greatest opening hand though. I play our upgraded Shockwave, True Grit, then Thunderclap. We take 3 damage in return. Turn 2, 44 damage was aiming straight at us. I Combust, defend, and finally Whirlwind, taking that number down to 19. Still a big hit to us. Next, I Immolate, shrug it back, then seeing red to play it again, dealing 69 damage thanks to our Combust. She then summons her minions, but we have a Pokemon move that absolutely nobody wants to see. Whirlwind. For the rewards, we get 29 gold, the Sundial relic, which holds us a great burst of difficult to control energy, and no cards to note. In the clearing ahead, a woodside cabin betwixt a breezy autumn passing allowed us to once again recuperate both health and perspective on attaining our goal of completion over risky elites. And who better to reaffirm that goal than our Lord and Saviour, Sneko-san. Combust, Seeing Red, and Whirlwind afford us a strong start, taking him down to 81. Our Codex offered a shockwave while we're confused. Say no more. A strong turn followed. 2 free shockwaves, a full defend, and an immolate. Wow. Next, we could only defend with True Grit and defend, taking 6 damage, before our unaffected Whirlwind steals the limelight. We get 18 gold, and once again, no cards. As we moved into our last enemy encounter of the act, I couldn't help but feel like we were missing something, or rather, someone. The Centaurian and his, grandmother's daughter? We will shrug that off for now. The Shockwave and Thunderclap fully weaken the attack. A double tap gets added to our deck thanks to the Codex, which we get to play immediately, causing our Immolates to be played twice. And, as you can expect, our Whirlwind once again declares us the victor. We get 19 gold, and this time I do take the Shrug It Off, marking our 16th card in the deck. Things were looking good, especially against normal enemies. We just had to not get overconfident for the boss, which was hard when we get ambushed by a trio of cultists. Did you guys not learn the first time? Turn 1, I play our Shockwave into Seeing Red, then Whirlwind. I follow it up with both Thunderclap and a full defend for their attacks on turn 2, with our Combust attaining the grand finale this time around. Reward-wise, we get 13 gold, a potion for Sozu, then another Whirlwind offering. This was a tricky choice. It was strong, but I'm not sure we needed yet another one. After discussing it with you guys, I decided to prioritize our search for strength scaling instead. The final rest site of the act allows upgrade, with our Immolate flambeing up an additional 7 damage, before it was time for the boss of Act 2, the Champ. Dispatching this boss was going to be tough. I check our potions, draw pile, then get to work. Defend, and Whirlwind kick us off. A welcome Intimidate comes from the Codex before we get hit for 5. Next, we get our Combust set up, debuff the boss, and protect ourselves with True Grit. More debuffs from us and a good defense with 2 metallicizers picked up from the Codex. But we had a problem. Pushing him below half health would spell defeat with our lack of damage. Searching for strength through our Codex was the goal, but with Combust active, an invisible death timer had unknowingly been started. I continue defending, hoping and praying for some form of scaling, before finally, spot weakness shows. This was exactly what we needed. I then play Whirlwind, being mindful to keep him above half health. He debuffs us further in return. Now, 27 was showing, but our hand was strong. I shrug twice, then defend to fully mitigate his attack. The clock continues to turn. We pick up a limit break, armaments, and get our spot weakness running. Although meanwhile, our health was taking a beating. Now down to 36, we had to hold and not push early. Barricade was a welcome pickup and helps us maintain while our upgraded limit break grows our strength. Then Rupture, more strength, keep defending. Another limit break, and our block was getting to a place where not even the boss could break through. We play one more limit break, then, with a 77 damaging Whirlwind, absolutely send this boss to the grave. Now that was a showcase of patience that I don't usually have. We get 77 gold, a potion we can't use, and for the cards, we get offered Immolate, Brutality, or Demon Form. All 3 options had merit, but if the champ taught me anything, it was how much we needed strength. So, Demon Form gets acquired. Next, the relics. Empty Cage, Sneko Eye, or Runic Pyramid. Solid options. Cage removing 2 cards will always be valuable. Snecko's Eye gives us draw, and with our high cost cards it could be great. Or Runic Pyramid. This relic has been a formidable ally through our challenges, outside of that one time. And with control at the forefront of my mind, we take it, moving forward into Act 3, the Beyond. This was where our attempts failed the most. Enemies with big swinging attacks and a high amount of health countered us badly. Talking of problems, as I was mapping out a safe route, 3 elites blocked advancement. An unavoidable encounter. This was going to be difficult. Greeting us to the act was a gentle welcoming by the Darklings. I start with defense, holding back from using Whirlwind with our Runic Pyramid in mind, finishing with the Immolate instead. Turn 2, 38 damage had taken aim, but thanks to our retainment, Whirlwind sends them all on their goopy way. We get 11 gold and no cards that I wanted to add. Now, whilst I had been doing a good job holding my confidence down, the lid on my jar was practically bursting for an elite fight. What I forgot to account for was, this is Ascension 20. Oh dear lord, 32 damage, and they gain a lot of strength every round. And is that 102 health? We were in trouble. I look to the potion and draw 3. True Grit exhausts a strike, then an important choice. Combust and Immolate, Demon Form, or Defend. I sit and do the math, with the best route being a mixture of defense and getting our Combust set up. Our Codex offers us Corruption, while we take 13 damage. Turn 2. This wasn't looking good. I played the Corruption, making both our Shrug and Defend cost 0, then seeing red to enable both Thunderclap and Immolate. And though we managed to finish them off the following turn with Shockwave and Whirlwind, we leave a little injured, to say the least. We pick up 55 gold, and for the relics, we get Calipers. Whilst enemy attacks were probably breaking through our defense, it was still a nice relic to see. Moving on, we decline the Lord of Red Mask, as we're more of a blue prince ourselves. Return but a single Orb Walker back to his familiar, before a friendly merchant greets us with a warm meal in hand. We recover the 15 health and take a look at the wares on his counter. I did consider Apotheosis here, but I really wanted to remove a card as well. So we say goodbye to another strike, and with the remaining gold, I decide to add the toolbox, as Apotheosis would no doubt find us moving forward. Next, we had a choice. Do we take on an elite with 41 health, or the flaming elite with the ability to rest? I choose the latter, healing us all the way up to 63 health, and if there was one elite I was happy to see, it was the Reptomancer. Our toolbox makes a dramatic entrance alongside a solid opening hand. Shrug, Shockwave, Seeing Red, Combust, and finally Defend. I pick up a Battle Trance from our Codex, then watch their measly 12 damage be blocked. Turn 2. Is that 78 damage? Shrugging first shows our Demon Form. Battle Trance then draws our True Grit, which, alongside this Sentinel, gives us enough energy to both clear the daggers and get our Demon Form online. Codex gifts us a Barricade with only 7 damage getting through. For the next couple of turns, I focus on defending her attacks, waiting patiently for our time to strike. Then, it was here. I Thunderclap, Immolate, and play a random Codex Whirlwind, taking her down to 77. And thanks to us getting our Demon Form online early, our upgraded Whirlwind just scrapes in enough damage to take her down. That was tight. The Flaming Spoils left behind 27 gold, no card rewards to note, and a Bottled Lightning. This lets us choose a skill to always start with, and to no one's surprise, I choose the Shockwave. I take our Runic Pyramid and Lessons of Defense into the next fight against the Transient, and manage to defend every single, not this one, attack from him. We collect 19 gold, and for the card rewards, I actually pick up another Sentinel. Its combo with True Grit has been surprisingly powerful so far. The defense in our deck was starting to come online, but realistically, it wouldn't hold a candle against the Donut's strength scaling. We needed some lucky relics, badly. The guaranteed relic chest of the act didn't exactly help us with this matter. we move ahead to our next question mark encounter. The woman in blue. We aren't able to receive potions. Right. With my current concerns only amplified, I redirect our course to tackle riskier ventures for supposed greater rewards. I visit the rest site first, recovering our health to 67, then take us into another elite. Nemesis. The toolbox was certainly on our side, with us getting an apotheosis straight out of the gate. We buff ourselves with the apotheosis and debuff her with our shockwave. The codex then gives us a metallicize, while the floating demon adds us 5 burns. Which isn't a problem. You see, Nemesis doesn't gain strength, and her intangible gets completely countered by our runic pyramid. All we needed to do was play our turns defensively, blocking 1, 2, 3 attacks from her. I make a small attack here ourselves before our shiny new combo between True Grit and Sentinel really does let us sweep her off her feet. For the rewards, we get 34 gold, the shovel relic, and no cards were on offer that I wanted to acquire. We then stop by the interim rest site, where I take out our new trusty shovel. The bad luck was out the way, with an incredible relic all but assured here. I dig it up and... you've got to be kidding me. Things weren't about to get much better either, as we tackle onwards to the head. The first couple of turns go as you would expect. We set up debuffs, draw some cards, and defend. In the process, we add another shockwave and bloodletting from our codex. The problem here was our demon form hadn't shown up until his 30 swinging attacks. We get it rolling and defend the first swing. Next, I play our codex in flame, shrug, True Grit a Sentinel, then defend twice, finishing with a 72 attack of our own. He wasn't letting up. 37 damage was now showing. I blind. True Grit our last Sentinel. Shrug. Bloodletting. Check our draw pile, then decide we had to keep the pressure on. I thunderclap and, with 8 energy, whirlwind, taking him down to 149 health. He counters us down to 37, then 23. Our defends were losing their value. Fast. We had to play damage. I get us to 33 defense, then immolate, leaving him at 58 health. His attack takes us down to 6. If it wasn't for this whirlwind draw, our expedition would have been over. For our rewards, we get 25 gold and the Mercury Hourglass. I mean, it's usable, and no cards that were of note. Okay, the final rest site was now upon us. Both resting and Pantograph would give us a good surge in health against the 2 final battles we had left. Now, it was time for the final boss of Act 3. Let's spill some ink. The toolbox sets the tone, gifting us an apotheosis. Our opening hand was a little weak, and for now, 3 artifacts protect them from our shockwave. I start with drinking our final potion, then apotheosis, shrug it off, and defend, mitigating most of Dekka's opening attack. The codex then provides additional support, gifting us an entrench. Next, 30 damage. I shrug, True Grit, and defend to keep us healthy. Our thunderclap begins their artifact removal. Turn 3, it was Dekka's turn to strike. Demon form finally shows. A costly energy price, but it's one we needed to pay. Thankfully, Seeing Red was here to provide assistance, letting us block for 24. We were holding steady. New turn. I play as much as I can. Shrug, into Warcry, into Shrug, defend, Sentinel, and Entrench, allowing us to both fully defend Donu's attack and keep some left over with our Calipers. A few more turns go by. Both sides continue to scale their strength. Time was running out. We needed something, and something fast. I continue our defense and artifact removals, while the Codex swoops in to give us a hand with a limit break. Perfect. 42 damage was on its way though. I shrug it off twice, then entrench once again. 48 damage now. We can do it. I shrug again. Play our Codex Exhume into the Seeing Red. Don't whirlwind yet. I defend first, Thunderclap to remove their last artifact, then Shockwave, now finally being able to apply both vulnerable and, more importantly, weak. A lucky Codex Impervious gets picked up and lets us play our limit break the following turn. Then, after one more thunderclap, our signature whirlwind strikes them down. 20 health remaining. That was cutting it close. This was it though. The furthest I'd ever gotten. Our Pantograph relic earns its place here, restoring us all the way up to 51 health. As we enter the final fight against the Weasel. What lovely feat. The toolbox starts us off with a finesse. We didn't need to hold onto our shockwave this time. I follow it up with defense and smartly hold on to our Sentinel Trigger combo. I collect our first disarm offering from the Codex as we take 6 damage. Turn 2 was gentle thanks to our application of weak. I Warcry, shrug it off, disarm the Weasel and finally shrug again, fully defending all of their attacks. Codex offers us our second disarm, and though the beta art always puts a smile on my face, I choose the Exhume for now. Turn 3, it was time to send those cultists flying home. I play our True Grit and exhaust our Sentinel for extra energy, then defend, before finally playing our Whirlwind. I began to see the line of victory, and with these Codex offerings, you might be thinking Limit Break, but that wasn't what I had in mind. I choose the disarm before defending his attack. Turn 4, I play the said disarm, exhume it back, seeing red, Sentinel, defend, then play it once more. His attacks were now very manageable, so we could just play the strength scaling line here. Or we could bring back a hero from the last video. I defend, then exhaust, then defend. 1, 2, 3. Keep exhausting, keep defending. One more True Grit exhaust, one more draw, before finally it was here. I think we've got it. Oh my god, I think we've got it. We got it, guys! We freaking got it! Oh my god! Let's go! What a way to finish off this challenge. I want to thank you all so very much for watching this video. Having over 150 of you here in the live stream to experience this was also something really special. I mean, come on, finesse randomly popping up again? Anyway, I'm going to be giving away another 4 copies of Slay the Spire 2 for its release. Every single day in December, I will be live streaming new challenges, randomly chosen and hidden behind doors on an advent calendar. 3 of the copies will be given away during them. And in case you can't make them, don't worry, just drop a comment down below. I'll pick a random winner for the next major video. Finally, I want to give a huge thank you to the people who found my Patreon. It will be linked below if you too want to support the videos I make. Broccoli Emoji, Druv, Forsey, Mew, Phil, Mum and Dad. Be sure to wrap up warm for the cold weather. And as always, remember, stay hydrated. And with that, with over 137 attempts, marking the most difficult challenge that I have ever attempted, we have officially beaten Slay the Spire on Ascension 20 with only AoE. Yes! Freaking yes, dude! Oh my god, this took so long.